as I keep on going deeper into the dhyan, the observation, the awareness keeps on clarifying the facts of life. As I see anything, I think of anything, think of any person, object or situation, I'm analyzing inside with my power of observation, and it tells me that whatever I observe is not me, including my body, my mind, and the world that I observe. But the observer is what I am. And that takes me to nothing but a state of pure consciousness. The pure consciousness is where all my activities of life and the whole samsara stops, because the oil and the water cannot merge. The dreams and the waking state of a human being are two different things. Dreams cannot go into real world. I realize that the total concepts, beliefs, thoughts that I had about life, they come to an end. And I merge into this vast pool of consciousness. In the world, we were exchanging things, money, looks, importance. We were struggling with each other for survival. Different currencies were being used, money being the main. But if I look at you and appreciate you, you look at me and you appreciate me. These are the exchanges happening, maybe not in the currency, so-called money, but importance was also exchanged. For me, survival was not just the physical money, but dependence on others to make me feel good. Dependence on the strength of the number of my friends, relatives, my relationships. All these were necessary for me to survive. And any disturbance in that was the cause of suffering. Not having enough money, not having enough importance, not having friends, etc., etc. The whole world relies on each other to survive. But as I go deeper into dhyan, through the process of observation, I reach to this vast pool of infinite consciousness. And I realize that every single creature, if it is possible for that creature to trace back, it comes across this vast pool of consciousness. Every single human being is capable of reaching to this state of consciousness. In this infinite ocean of consciousness. The world is born and it is existing in this vast ocean of consciousness. And when it comes to an end, it will merge into it. The vast pool of consciousness is a reality. The world that is being manifested exists and gets destroyed, is a temporary phenomenon. Just like in the night, fireflies glow for a very short time and then disappear. Same way, the whole earth, the universe, the society, the sansar, everything is a continuous process. Once they become manifest, we call it birth. When they stop manifesting, we call it death. Birth and death are one continuous process of change. Change is permanent. Change makes the things from unmanifest to the manifest, and manifest into unmanifest. Just the way the dream characters are created by your own mind and they are taken back. Birth and death are one continuous process. And there are millions of ways birth can take place. Look around all the vegetations, infinite varieties of plants, trees, animals, humans, birds, dinosaurs. There were many ways to join these various processes of manifestations that we call birth. And there are so many ways to exist in this world. Each animal having their unique capability. Some survive on oxygen, some survive on carbon dioxide, some survive with sun, some survive without sun. At the bottom of the ocean, where there is no sun, the life is still there. So there are infinite ways how creatures find their ways to exist. And there are so many ways the manifestation can change into unmanifestation. So many diseases, so many cancers, infections, natural forces, earthquakes, floods. When you realize all these things, you bow down to this one universal consciousness that is always there before the manifestation and after the manifestation. Just the way the darkness is more important to see the firefly. This universal consciousness is always there before the glow of the firefly or the glow of this existence that we know, and then becoming unmanifest again. So this darkness is important to see the glow of the firefly. But Similarly, just the way the deep ocean gives and supports the birth of billions of colorful creatures, different varieties of fish, corals, unimaginable ways to survive in the ocean. But ultimately, the ocean taking everything back into itself. Ocean is the ultimate reality. Ocean creates different ways of survival. Ocean also creates so many different waves on the surface of the ocean. Each wave takes a different shape, size, appearance, height, speed, force. Each wave in its own individuality might compete with other waves, trying to look superior, taller, inferior, better, different. But it's all one ocean. All the waves are nothing but the ocean. The same way, all these billions of diversities that we see, diversities in becoming manifest, diversities in survival, and diversities in becoming unmanifest. These are all included in one totality of universal consciousness, which always will be there. At the universal consciousness level, there is no death, there is no birth. It's one perpetual existence. Through meditation, that's where we want to be. The life processes, the exchanges, the currencies that we were using to survive, and that was the only existence we knew. It's not necessarily enough. Human minds are capable of going beyond that, beyond what they see, hear, touch, smell. Go beyond the senses. And at the universal consciousness level, we all bind. We drop the differences and mutually coexist in this wonderful phenomenon, so-called life. That's nothing but more than a glow of a firefly. But the reality is something else. With experience of this consciousness state comes the realization that all the life that we have been living getting excited about gaining something, getting depressed about losing something, was not the real reality. The reality is something else that is within us. So wake up to this inner realization, and then you are waking up to peace where there is no suffering, because suffering was only because of the illusion of diversity. The diversity is a product of consciousness, but at consciousness level, there is no diversity. There is only one unified state of existence. Everything else is just the product of this single existence. So go within, find out these universal connections, and rise above the day-to-day sufferings of life. Have a good day.